Here are 10 PC VR games you may have missed. MASKMAKER released April 2021 and with just over 100 reviews on Steam seems to have flown way under the radar. It's a great adventure puzzle game that takes about 4 to 5 hours to complete, where you have to make masks and then put them on to transport you to different biomes as well as different areas within those biomes. You have to find materials to make more masks going backwards and forwards between different areas. Masks need to be painted with different patterns, and it's just got a charming look and feel. It's a very relaxing game, not too difficult, and overall I just had a good time with virtually no real friction or frustration. It's also well priced at $20 or £15, and it looks really great in the headset with some of the trees that have been hand painted in tilt brush, which works really well. Compound is a retro hardcore roguelite which has been in early access since 2018, and it just got a big progression update. It's come a long way with lots of new environments, boss fights, loads of cool unique weapons, and it's all randomly generated. There are multiple enemy types and they all fire projectiles that can be dodged. In fact, you're going to need to move your body in this game if you want to survive, and if you're a fan of roguelites and retro looks, you will be in heaven. There's a free demo available on Steam. It's priced at $20 or £15 and it can be played for tens of hours. EVERSLAUGHT is another roguelite, fast-paced shooter with a strong emphasis on melee. It's got a very Doom 2016 look and feel, with good graphics and very quick movement and combat. It's not for the weak stomach, with the ability to dash and jump. You can use a grappling hook to move onto ledges or pull yourself into an enemy. The combat feels a little weak. I would prefer the enemies to react more to my hits and be able to slice them up, but the shotgun hand cannon feels really satisfying. It takes a little getting used to, but after a while you can quickly switch up, dash through enemies with your sword, and it's got an interesting upgrade system where you collect blood from dead bodies and you can use it to upgrade, but also you need it to recharge your health and your hand cannon. It's early access and just recently got a big update. It's $20 or £15 and it's worth paying attention to. Overload is a 6 Degree of Freedom space shooter made by the developers of Descent. It feels like an old school Doom where you're going through lots of tight corridors, but you can rotate in every direction, and it's definitely not for people who get motion sick. It looks really cool sat in the cockpit, and when you fire the rockets it lights up as they fly down. It has a single player campaign with over 15 levels, you've got upgrades, over 20 enemy types, and you've got 3 large boss fights. It's a great game that's perfect to play kicked back on a chair with a gamepad or mouse and keyboard. It's $30 or £24, and it'll take you 10 hours plus to finish, as well as lots of DLC levels. Song in the Smoke is a survival crafting game that released on the Quest and Rift store, but got a bit of a stealth release on Steam in December last year. It only has literally 23 reviews at the time of recording. If you like crafting and survival type games, this is essential. It's one of the best in VR right now, and I don't even like this sort of game, but I enjoyed it. The crafting mechanics are great with physical interaction, and the game has a nice set of progression with you having to make your way through several levels and survive. They recently did a patch which reduces the survival aspect, like drinking and eating, which is how I like to play it, but you can go hardcore if that's your thing. It looks great in the headset with hunting and different enemies to fight. It's $30 or £24 and it will take you over 10 hours to finish. AUTOMOBILISTA 2 is a car nut's dream. It's based on the Project Cars engine, which means it's the best looking racing game in VR right now, with dynamic weather, loads of tracks and cars, but the physics and setup of the cars is way above Project Cars in my opinion. The only issue I have with the game right now is that there's no single player career mode to play through. That is coming in the future though, but right now you've got multiplayer, single race, time trials and custom championship mode, so it's more of a sandbox make your own fun type game, but it is getting constant updates and it's my go-to circuit racer when I need my racing fix. It's available for $40 or £35, and there's also a demo that you can download and try. Eye of the Temple is a room scale only adventure game that uses a very clever system where you use a 2 meter by 2 meter play space and you step onto moving blocks and cylindrical rollers that you step onto then walk backwards in real life. This really tricks the brain into thinking that you're balancing on this moving roller. You also get a full physics based whip to move levers, smash pots and kill enemies. You definitely need 2 meters by 2 meters though. If you don't have enough space then you can't play this game. There is also a demo available on Steam so you can try it before you buy. The game is cheap at $20 or £15 and it's going to take you about 6 hours to complete. VR Skater is a skateboarding VR game where you use your hands to pump the board forwards and do tricks. It sounds odd, but it works much better than I expected. It's currently in early access, so not complete yet, but gets constant updates with 4 maps now, where you can skate through them and compete with an online leaderboard. It's $20 or £17 on Steam. Project Wingman is basically Ace Combat, so it's an arcade-based combat flight game with lots of fighter jets, a story single-player campaign, as well as a roguelite style mode. It's a great game, but you definitely need a powerful PC to get the most out of this one. It's got no motion control support, so you're going to need a gamepad, mouse and keyboard, or a HOTAS. The main issue I have with this game is the lack of mid-level save points. Each level takes about 30 minutes and gets harder towards the end, so I would sometimes play for 20 minutes, get near the end and crash into a large boss type plane and have to start the entire thing again. If you've got a good PC to run it and you can handle having to replay an entire mission, then it's worth a look. It's $25 or £20 and it's got a good length campaign that will take about 8 to 10 hours to complete. The last game on this list is a recent one, Wanderer, which is a puzzle adventure game with an interesting time travel mechanic. You have to find artifacts which let you travel to different time periods and locations like the Moon, World War II Germany or Woodstock. You have to go back and forth to your hub and take tools with you to progress through the levels so you can get more artifacts to go to new areas and uncover the story. It looks great, especially for such a small studio. It's got loads of different mechanics and interactions, although the controls can feel a bit clunky at times. But overall, it's a great game with at least 10 hours of gameplay, and it's priced at $40 or £30. And that's it. Let me know if you think I've missed any more games that you think may have flown under the radar.